All right, so it has been 1 week since Franklin's come to us. Sorry, I had the camera set up a little bit high today, so we won't be able to see his body language quite as well. You can see now I'm on the ground with him. A lot of dogs are really sensitive to spatial pressure, especially where you lean over them or lean into them. He's such a small dog that if I'm petting him sitting up or even standing, I'm really leaning over him a lot, and that's making him feel less comfortable. So I took a weighted risk and decided to sit on the ground with him. This is not something I would have done earlier in the week. However, he hasn't snapped at me in quite a while, and he's been showing some really good decision making on his part. I still have a glove on one hand, and I do also still have that compressed air spray. So again, weighted risk. This was absolutely a risk on my part, but I've learned how to read his body language pretty well. And again, I've seen that he wants to make good choices. So it was me deciding what's in everyone's best interest. This is also definitely in his best interest. You can see he's actually handling attention much better. He's still ducking his head. He's still got some wide eyes, but he's soliciting it more. He's taking food very actively from my hand. He's doing a great job overall. We're also touching him on different parts of his body, so a lot of dogs will feel uncomfortable with being touched over their head or on their back. Again, it's a lot of spatial pressure. Instead, dogs can feel more comfortable with being touched on their chin or on their chest. So I'm just switching up here. I'm also offering some play. He's shown some play behaviors the last 2 days, which is really great. Some play bows. So I'm seeing if he wants to reciprocate here. And I'm still doing those treat tosses to help him to decompress after I touch him. So I'm still adding an element of play and being able to leave a situation when he feels uncomfortable. So he's doing a really good job with that. Again, I'm still reaching him to him. You can see that lip lick. He's turning away. He's turning towards my hand. He's not 100% sure how to feel, but he's processing his emotions way better than a week ago. So I am still proud of him. You can also see he's moving around a lot more. 2 or 3 days ago, he was primarily standing in that little corner that he's in, but he's much more willing to come out, is willingly engaging with us, and just showing a lot better decision making. So we're still continuing on with the muzzle training. We're still obviously continuing with the hand touching. One of the reasons that I actually do this touching over the head, even though it does make him uncomfortable, is because honestly, that's how a lot of people are going to interact with him. Remember, he's a small dog. He's only maybe 12 to 15 pounds. So most people are going to be touching him from above. While I've taken off a lot of the spatial pressure by being on the ground, I can still start getting him used to, hey, sometimes people are going to reach over your head. That is something for you to really consider, though, if you're interacting with a nervous dog. How is the way that you're interacting with them impacting the dog? A lot of times we think, oh, dogs just love touching, but it's not always exactly the way that we're feeling about it. For a dog his size, it would be like me reaching down to you like I'm a massive giant, and that would obviously make some people feel uncomfortable. Some dogs, totally emotionally resilient, they don't care. They get used to the fact that humans are a little bit socially awkward, and they're fine with it. But for a dog who's more sensitive like Franklin, I really do need to take that into account. And slowly I will get him used to how people interact with him overall. But it's very fair for him to also be able to say, especially at first, that certain things make him uncomfortable. And for me to slowly work his way up. Overall, he's doing a really great job. Let's compare him now to the way that he was a week ago. All right, so again, this is day one of Franklin. That's me just very lightly touching his back, and look at that repeated snap, the amount of tension in his body, how stressed he is. Obviously, he turns away afterwards. This is very much a fear response. Here's another one. My hand's just hanging out near him, goes towards him, doesn't even touch him. Huge snap. So I think, again, it's a really nice improvement for a week.